So I just thought I was very smart. When you are someone who thinks that this will never happen to you, I can tell you that they are very professionals. How can I experience cyber theft? But it did happen to me. Hi everyone. So in one of my previous videos when I said that how I earned 40,000 being a college student, I mentioned that I lost 20,000 rupees in a scam. So today I'll be talking about that and how you can be cautious and you can stay away from these scams. So even if you're educated, you can fall into the trap. If even you are someone who thinks that this will never happen to you, I can tell you that they are very professionals. The ones that are doing these scams, they know how to talk you through it. So please be aware. I'll be sharing my experience and how I can caution you so that it never happens with you. So back in 2020 when the pandemic hit, like pandemic did hit in 2020 start, but in September 2020, I still remember the date. It was 11th September. I had ordered an iPhone which was on 10th September, but due to some reasons I had to cancel that order and I ordered it via Flipkart. So it wasn't that it was Flipkart's fault. So I just cancelled that order. But because the amount was very huge and I had already paid that amount via my bank, it was very spectacle that whether the amount will come back or not. So I just texted the Flipkart team that hey, I have placed the refund, when will I get the refund? And they did tell me that you will get it in 3 to 4 days. And at that moment I was like, no, I should call them and ask again. So I searched on Google that Flipkart customer care number, and on the top there was this number. I called that number. A man picked up the call. He said that hi ma'am, and he was talking very politely as if he was the customer care executive. He said that he'll call me back within a minute, and then I received a call from a different number. That man was speaking in English, very fluent, very fluent, was taking me through that how did I order and everything. He was asking my order ID, he did everything. And then he said, do you need the refund immediately? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Then he said, you just have to do some steps. So just get an Android phone. So at that moment I had an iPhone before also. So he said that you just need an Android phone for that. So I went to my dad and I asked his phone that I need an Android phone. Then he gave me his phone. And he asked me to download AnyDesk. At that point I didn't know what AnyDesk did. Afterwards I knew that I know everyone knows what AnyDesk do, but at that point there wasn't much awareness. So AnyDesk, if you guys don't know, AnyDesk how is a software via which you can control anyone's computer screen. So if you just put the same configurations on both the laptops of both the systems, and then you can access the other person's laptop. I didn't know, so he asked me to download AnyDesk in my phone. I did download AnyDesk, and then he asked me to put in my order ID. He asked me to put, I remember vaguely. So he asked me to put my order ID, he asked me to put my account number, which is safe. Like you can give your account number, and because if they have to transact some money, you have to need the account number. But little did I know that the app he was using, that was AnyDesk, he can see my screen. So he was just playing a game, asking me to put my account number and everything. He asked me to put the date I ordered and everything. And then suddenly he says that ma'am, please stay on the call, we are processing your payment. And then suddenly OTPs were coming on my phone. So I was getting notifications, like the notification was coming. At that moment my dad entered and he was like, how are OTPs coming? Because if someone has to transact money in your account, or you won't get an OTP. I was 17 years old back then, so even I wasn't sure. I didn't do any bank payments as such. So I was like, okay, what is happening? And at that moment I freaked out. I was like, I don't know, and I cut the call. And then I get a message that 20,000 has been debited. And my dad immediately deletes that app and everything. Then we call our bank, and the bank says that 20,000 has been deducted, and that the person that was doing the fraud did try to make the first transaction of 50,000, but that transaction failed. Then he tried doing 40,000, even that transaction failed. So we were very lucky. So we were lucky because that account did not have much money. It just had around 36,000, and so we did not lose that much money. I was so grateful that okay, I know that 20,000 is also a lot, but even my dad and my mom were very grateful that we did not lose much money, because if if he would have made a transaction of 1 lakh or 50,000, and what if we had that amount in our bank accounts, then that would have been a big blunder. So I just want to caution you guys that if any, just if you're ordering from any online site, just make sure that site is nice. If it's Amazon or Flipkart, these are legible sites. Just don't panic. Just don't be like me. Just never panic that how will I get my refund? How will I get my money back? These apps have a good customer care system, and it will take a week or so to get your money refunded. So just, even there are so many hackers on Google, they rank because they know how to rank them well in the Google SEO. So whenever you search any customer care, it's a high probability that these fraud numbers can come into your Google SEO. So just try contacting these customer cares via the app only. So if I just contact a Flipkart team via the app, there's a option wherein you can seek support from Flipkart team or Amazon team. So just try doing that instead of randomly searching on Google that Flipkart customer care, Amazon customer care. So that's how you can fall into the trap. And apart from that, please don't download any app on your phone to get refund. Why will you download an app to get something in your bank account? Yeah, Dipali, why will you do that? But I did. So as I'm telling you, you're so naive, and the way he talked, the guy that was disguised as a customer care executive talked to me, I didn't even realize that he was someone who wasn't educated. I felt that he was very educated, and he is literally a Flipkart customer care. So please stay aware of these fraudsters. And if this has ever happened to you or anything else had happened to you, please comment below, and let's just be aware, because it's the digital media world, and we don't even know that there are so many people that are trying to make money out of fooling people or out of hacking people's account. And after this incident happened to me, I saw this web series Jamtara, which talked about how big of a scam this is. They have so much of network, how they operate. So it's a pretty big network, and so just be aware and don't repeat the mistake I did. I would really ask you to write in the comment box what happened with you so that others get cautioned. Thank you. Back in 2020, be aware, and I would just, so just be aware.